Today I'm going to teach you everything about the Suibian Temple by making it simple, but also give you tips and expose way to maximize your output. Because it isn't exactly easy and there are a lot of moving parts and things to be mindful of. But I've spoken with somebody for hours who's maxed out the essential targets in the Suibian Temple, and I've learned a lot from it, and I'm here to present that all to you as fast as possible. But don't worry, I know there's so many moving pieces and I'm not going to overwhelm you with information. I'm literally here to bring you the most important things that you need to be mindful of and focus on as part of your journey with the Suibian Temple. So to put it simple, the process starts with you checking your level targets / quests and fulfilling them to progress to the next one that will gradually unlock more stuff and grant you rewards. And for that, you'll be brought through multiple tabs which can quickly get overwhelming, but you'll often be following the core path of targets, discovery, craft, and sell. You'll also need to send Bangboos on adventures to gather resources, but most importantly, retrieve something called Scrolls of Discovery to unlock new recipes. Now let me explain that what I just said with one example. At the temple menu, head to your target board by pressing right stick or clicking on it. And as you can see, I've reached a pillar level here, being level 10, which has a little present box next to the level. And if you press on Restoration Project, you'll be able to see what this target level is going to grant you. And as you can see, it's much more than the others. The other ones, it's usually nothing or maybe 2 things at best. So let's start with our first task. Craft 2 luminous steamer. So we're going to press A on the quest. That's going to bring us to our discovery window. And as you can see, it's right over here. Luminous steamer, but there's a problem. We need to go on an adventure before proceeding to the next step, which is crafting. And why do we need to go on an adventure? Because we need to retrieve a scroll of discovery to unlock the recipe. So press A to head to the adventure tab where it says assign, or head to the temple's main menu and click on the adventure tab, but ideally through the discovery menu where you press assign, because that will bring it directly to where you need to be on the adventure tab. So to break this tab down, the adventure tab is for getting scrolls of discovery and gathering resources for manufacturing, but also for collecting permanent rewards for your account. So your goal here in the long run is to get all these production areas and levels to 100% completion. Now to get the scrolls of discovery, it's actually the easiest thing, as it only requires 1% of exploration out of 100%. So sending a Bangboo on a 3-minute adventure is more than enough to grab it quickly and resume the manufacturing process. So what we're going to do is select the lowest timer, being 3 minutes, and take whichever Bangboo you want to fit in there, as you won't have to pay much attention to that just yet. Then just hit dispatch, and after the 3 minutes is up, press ready to, and don't ask me why it's called that, it makes no sense. And there we go, got a scroll of discovery, which has unlocked the recipe for our luminous steam. Quick note, we haven't fully explored level 3 of production area 1, since we only spent 3 minutes there, so we're still missing one permanent reward, being the Denny's, but we will unlock it once the level is completed, which will only take basically another 3 minutes. But the required exploration time to complete and gather the permanent rewards will increase as you progress through the adventures. So, now that we've got our luminous steam recipe from the scroll of discovery, we can head back to the discovery page, go to the luminous steamer, press discover, and it will unlock it as a permanent recipe. So time to craft. You can adjust the quantity to change the crafting time, but I recommend crafting the max because it's useful regardless. And this is going to take us to our next step, the craft page. Now, we don't have to wait for the timer to run down and craft these because this is not part of level 10's target quests. This is just to show you the most basic steps and ecosystem of the temple, and we'll move on to the serious stuff just afterwards. And I might as well say this now, once you reach level 10, you automatically acquire something called auto collecting on the crafting page, where the system will just automatically collect the crafted items for you instead of you having to manually click on the completed craft ones yourself. So once you've collected the crafted items, we can move on to our final step, which is selling. All you need to do here is select the item to sell, pop it in, and there you go. You'll also see you have a daily gathering attempt 0 out of 30 on the top right there. This is basically a mini game where you tap on coins or gold that pop on the screen as you're selling your items. And you can do this up to 30 times daily to earn Cloud Crests, which is basically the main currency and earnings you get from the temple. And we'll touch on how you can spend and use those Cloud Crests efficiently just in a moment. So now we need to head back to the target page because we have almost done our level 10 quest. All we need to do now is finish the rest by tapping on each one. These ones are quite straightforward. And since we're at a pillar level, this will unlock more features and upgrade our temple. Okay, so neighborhood street stores are external things that are connected to your temple through progression, target tasks, resources, and permanent rewards. And this is exactly as well where things can get a little bit overwhelming for some players, so I'm going to make it as simple as possible. There is a total of 4 of these stores, of which I will break them down for you quickly with some tips and also recap on expiring rewards you need to be on the lookout for. Yamcha-sin, run by the gorgeous and delicious Sweetie. Yamcha-sin is one of the first stores that you'll be led to and is very straightforward because, like I said, you'll often be led here automatically. It's just commission requests sent by NPCs, and you'll get orders here that you'll be asked to complete as tasks or quests at the target levels of your temple to progress. You'll also obtain a currency called Omnicoin from doing these commissions that you'll be able to use later at the Devon shop that we will check out shortly. Aside from that, there's really not much else to touch on this. You can set markers on commissions that you don't have resources for that you'd like to check on, and the marker will guide you to where you need to go to craft the missing items to fulfill the commission. The Good Goods store. Good Goods is run by Reed and is a vital store for your temple that you physically have to go into on a daily to weekly basis to purchase goods that will help your progression. It has 4 sections in total, but actually 3 of these serve almost the exact same purpose, which is to purchase resources for crafting that you're lacking if all your Bangboos are busy at the adventure tabs. And the items in these 3 tabs refresh on a weekly basis. Now you are probably wondering where to get the above currency to exchange these resources for. Well, you'll get these by collecting them in the Lumian Hollow. Lumite ore is in the central production area, ether canisters are in the former employee community area, and Introphy Alloy is in the former research center area. Now I've tested farming all 3 currencies thoroughly for hours, and the limit is 700 each per day, with some exclusive batches of 200 hidden around the areas. And as for the business purchase part of the shop, the Bangboo energy module plugins refresh on a daily basis and serve as XP to level up your Bangboos that you're sending on adventures for resources that we've touched on earlier. And considering that you need 62 of these to level up an S-rank Bangboo to the max level, you should grab these on a daily basis as they are quite valuable for your manufacturing process. And after level 25, you'll be able to get 150 of these per day. There's also some kind of glitch, I think, around this, because when you reach level 8, 15, and 25, instead of waiting for the daily refresh of the Bangboo energy, it actually resets it each time you hit one of those pillar levels, being 8, 15, or 25, and then you can rebuy the plugins immediately. Like, you don't have to wait a whole day for them to refresh. So just be mindful of doing this when you are reaching those 3 levels, because you'll miss those opportunities to get more if you don't. And of course, you have to buy these shells once they come available when you reach the required level to get them, because they are going to add new sale queues to your sell tab in your temple, and you'll gradually unlock them for purchase as you level up your target levels. The Devon shop. The Devon shop is run by none other than LeBron James. The Devon shop is unlocked at level 15 and the second part of the shop at level 20. And this shop is solely and purely for grabbing limited and permanent rewards for your account. So this shop has 2 sections, and for the rewards to purchase in the Omnicoin periodic, you're going to want to get those first as they do refresh every 2 weeks. And at the start, you will be limited to how many Omnicoin you have in your wallet. So start buying the expiring ones from the Omnicoin periodic first and spend carefully at the beginning. And for where you can obtain Omnicoins, that would be with Sweetie at the Yamcha-sin, as we've touched on earlier through the commissions. BooBox, run by 20 the Bangboo. The BooBox is where you'll hire your workers who will have certain different characteristics that will make them work better or harder in certain tasks in your temple. The list refreshes once every day, and you can manually refresh the list up to 10 times for 200 Cloud Crest per roll. And when you pick a Bangboo, the BooBox even has its own animation to deliver them. Damn, Hoyo! Don't overspend those billions now. You'll get S-rank Bangboos in this list once you hit level 25 in your temple with the target levels, and that's where the tip here comes in. We recommend you get 2 or 3 A-rank Bangboos until level 25. Don't necessarily level them up unless you feel like you need to, because you want to save on those energy module plugins to max out your S-rank Bangboos that you'll get at level 25 immediately, so you can pick up the pace with your temple. And trust me, you're going to need it, and I'll tell you why just in a moment. And aside from that, just check the traits and features of each Bangboo when you are selecting it to see what you think you need more. But don't scratch your head too hard about it, and like I said, make sure that you do spend most of your plugins on your S-rank Bangboos when they come available at level 25. For our final part, a very important one, tips and limits. But I'm going to make this even faster because you need to get back to your temple. Trending sales for more cloud crests. At level 50, you'll gain these icons in your temple manufacturing tabs, which will tell you what items are trending and have an increased selling price bonus on that day. So you should focus on producing and selling these items for more cloud crest revenue. Adventure depth level. Finish target level 36 of your temple and you'll unlock the depth levels for adventures, which works the same as the levels 1 to 3 and grants you scrolls of discovery, Bangboo XP, but more importantly, Polychromes. So you're going to want to max those out to 100% just like 1 to 3. Polychrome target levels. Just to let you know, Polychrome rewards end at level 39 when you are leveling up your temple. Expiring limited events. Don't forget to claim your rewards from the Phantom Heights event that is in your event tab because it's directly connected to your temple's progression and progression within Waifu Peninsula. And lastly, and I've saved the best one for last, rush to high cloud crest levels. This is something that I'm sure not a lot of people know of, but you need to be rushing to the target levels that have long waiting periods as they take a lot of time to build up and they will halt all your progression on the target levels for hours. So your best objective is to get to those and run the long adventures and take advantage of the trending sales for more cloud crest to hit those huge cloud crest conditions to complete those target levels. Now here's the list of those blocker levels that you need to rush to, as you will be on standby for a while at each one. And there you have it. Like my other guides, this video took a long time to make and I actually cut out and restarted a lot of it because my vision for these guides is to make them as effortless for the viewers as possible. So if it helped you, hit that subscribe button for me. I also want to thank a member of our Discord community, Traffic, who spent a lot of his time contributing to the data of this guide and spending time with me to make sure that I get it right. Thanks again for your help, Traffic, and without you, I know I would have not been able to get this guide out so soon. As always, let me know in the comments what you would like to see next, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more luck on your Destroy rolls. This was Static, remember to have fun, and I'll see you in the next one.